Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while. It's been a busy summer. Um, I haven't done a lot of pictures and stuff with my camera because just haven't had time. Like I said, I work full time and my weekends I try to get stuff done. And for some reason, some weekends we've been getting rain showers. Most of the time we're not. And then we got stuff we've been having to run around and do with the kids. So it's just been very busy. I finished, well, I didn't finish the socks. I've gotten the majority of the socks finished. They don't quite match, which I really don't care. But I still like the way they turned out. The yarn changed, and as you can see, like all the ends from both skeins, I kept breaking it, trying to get it to match, and it worked out pretty well for a while. And then it didn't match anymore, so I'm like, screw it. I don't want any more ends to leave in. But I just have to put the heels in now. And those are the lines for the heels right here. And then these will be officially finished and handed off to my husband. When we were coming back from New York from 4th of July weekend, I don't know if I showed this to y'all or not, but I made a hat, little hat. This was the last of the yarn from Windswept Farms that I used to make my husband his first pair of socks that I made him. And so, yeah, just a little slouchy hat. I forgot to see, just enough. So I finished that. Just got weaving the ends. And then yesterday, on our way to Roanoke Rapids in North Carolina to pick up my daughter who had gone home, not home, but had gone to North Carolina to visit with relatives there because our home is in Virginia now. The family homestead. How about that? So I started this in the car, and I got to finish it doing the brim. I'm going to pick up the stitches and put use the rest of it to put a rib in it. But same thing, just a little teeny slouchy hat, just something to cover your hair with, give you a little bit of slouch, and hopefully that'll be enough to finish doing what I want to do to it. But that's all I've been working on knitting and crochet wise. After I finish his socks, those hats don't take long because of crochet. Then I have a cardigan I gotta get started on. Crochet, of course, because I'm not knitting anybody a cardigan. But that's pretty much all that's going on. Now, as you can see behind me, the bookcase in the back changed. That's all hand spun up there, and there's still one of those great big giant containers full of hand spun, as well as two bags full of hand spun. So I have a hand spun problem. Besides the two skeins of hand spun that other people wanted, I'm going to be creating a link on my Etsy store, and it's going to be for 200 skeins of hand spun. And well, that's going to be the quantity, but it's going to be $15 each for each skein. Minimum ounces will be 4 ounces, and because the majority of the skeins were 4 ounces or more, so it'll be you'll get 4 ounces or more per skein. Yardage will vary, color will vary. This is like a random thing, like first come first serve. Whatever I grab out the bag, I weigh it. If it weighs 4 ounces, it's yours. You get it regardless of the content, whether it's alpaca blend, bamboo, silk, whatever I stick my hand in the bag and grab out, that belongs to you. So it'll be like a potluck. You don't know what you're going to get, but it's going to be something good because it's hand spun by me. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to have all that up and ready with a video to go with it, and I'm going to post it on Facebook, I'm going to post it on Twitter and Instagram, so I can get those bins empty. I need those bins for new stuff that I'm spending. So I need it gone, which is why I chose $15 per skein, because that's not expensive when you consider how much time goes into each skein of hand spun. Okay, I think that's a pretty fair, cheap price considering I could sell some of that for $40 or more per skein. So yeah, that's going to be done by Saturday, and I will post another video when the link is live, and we'll go from there. So yeah. So if you've been wanting to buy some handspin cheap, you're getting ready to get your chance. Because I need those bins empty. Seriously, I need those bins empty. I have so much to spend and I have nowhere to put it. This is my little craft room. I do have some overflow upstairs in the attic. But if I can get rid of all this handspun I've spun the last 3 years, then I can bring down more of the stuff from the attic back into this room. So yeah, that's my goal anyway. I will also be, if the handspun sells well, I will also start doing, like for my private stash, 4-ounce baggies of fiber, and we could do a random thing, something, you know, or if you something specific you want to try that you haven't tried. Alpaca, I'll be doing a random baggie, and it'll also be for $10 a baggie of 4 ounces of fiber. So I got to get some of this stuff up out of here, and I'm trying to make it affordable for you guys, but not so affordable that I won't be able to get some money from off of it too, because I have things I want to do. So if you guys like that idea, let me know. And like I said, everything will be ready by Saturday. I'm working hard on this to try and get this done, and I hope you guys enjoy the thrill of the chase, so to speak. I have, it's been busy. Been busy at work, been busy here. It's just been very busy. For those of you who are wondering, the Blake is, to my knowledge, as of last week, still in the morgue at the coroner's office. His ex-significant other, mother of his child, still has not claimed his body. His body's been there for several weeks now, and his parents have predeceased him. He didn't have any siblings. He doesn't have any real family members that we can find. So a blood relative will have to send a notarized document giving us permission to take care of his remains, especially for cremation. They have some bunch of laws in place that if you need to cremate somebody, you have to be next to kin. He has to be cremated now, simply because of how long he's been at the coroner's office. This is no way you can do an open casket funeral or anything like that. You could have a funeral for him, but it's not going to be open casket, and it's going to be more expensive than doing a cremation. And then trying to get him, we're still trying to find his DD-214. If we can't find it in his belongings, then we have to request it from the VA. And because we're not his family members, then we might have to get a lawyer to do the request for you, which is more money. Now, mind you, this is not my child. This is my daughter's boyfriend, friend, and he hadn't been in our family long, but he made enough of an impact that we want to do right by him, to make sure he gets buried. And we were hoping in a timely fashion until we got all these laws and regulations for Virginia for deceased and bodies and all this other stuff. After talking to the funeral home director, it's like he found out that after 60 to 90 days, if she has not done anything, then the state is going to basically cremate him and throw him in a pauper's grave. We don't want that. So the funeral home has let them know that our family is interested in having him cremated and finding a burial place for him. We might not be able to bury him right after he's cremated, but at least we will have his ashes, and then we can search for a burial spot for him if he can't be buried in the veteran cemetery. Like I said, I'm not privy to his discharge status from the military. This is very hurtful in a way, because I have a child, and I will hope that if me and my husband and her siblings predeceased her, that there would be somebody out there willing to step forward to try to make sure that she received a proper burial. I believe in cremation. I believe that, I don't believe in people having to have these fancy, expensive funerals. What for? The person's dead. Funerals are supposed to be for the deceased, not for the living. And that's what funerals have become. Funerals have become a big, expensive party for the living. And then the deceased goes into the ground, and ashes to ashes, dust to dust. They are not, the body is not alive. The body, even if the spirit is near the body, it's not attached. You know what I'm saying? It's a spirit. It no longer has feelings because the body is dead. The sensory input and all that stuff, as far as the body's concerned, is gone. And people have superstition and all this other stuff is ridiculous. So that's just how I feel about it. Me and my husband, we have wills, and our wills, it directs our children that we will be cremated. There would be no funerals, no fancy funerals, no fancy coffins and none of this other stuff. I will not allow my children to become another generational statistic of going into debt, living from debt to debt, from generation to generation, because you have bought into this big fancy funeral thing. No. Cremated, earned, and whoever goes first waits for the other one. And both of us will be cremated, and we will be buried together in the same grave. That is what we want, because that's not expensive as what other people might want for our bodies. And they are our bodies. That's not what we want for our bodies. That's why we had our wills done, and we were very explicit in the way it was worded, to make sure that our final wishes are carried out. And then it even says in the will, if you are unable to carry out our final wishes because you have other different beliefs, then we will ask that the court-appointed person then be chosen to handle our final wishes and remains, as far as getting us cremated and whatnot. There are so many African American families that funeral costs and debt have been passed from generation to generation, and it's building up and building up. And then we have reached this milestone here in the year 2016 that if they did a study, God knows how much debt would be on some of these young families, or on families who are still paying for expensive funerals that were their grandfathers, their aunts, their uncles, people who did not get burial insurance or any type of insurance to help cover their final costs. It's a sad state that we live in when you have, technology such as the burial plots, the seed burial plots, where your body would then nurture a tree and you will be buried in a memorial forest, and then that it be ashes, dust, dust. You actually nurture forests, which will help provide oxygen and help with the environment. These things are being frowned on and poo-pooed on by the churches and other money-making establishment businesses, because it's going to cut into their business. Because here you have an ecological, eco-friendly way of disposing of the body and bringing back forests, old forests that this world needs, forests that won't be cut, forests that the only way a tree can be harvested is if that tree has died from natural causes. And then, and that wood could then be used for, special enlightening projects, or perhaps shredded and then mulched and then put back into the tree area to help nurture the other trees that have survived whatever happened, windstorm, earthquake, whatever. That's just how I feel about this thing about. I mean, it's a controversial topic. People believe what they want to believe, but I'm gonna be dead, so whatever. That's just how I feel about it. So yeah, so that's still going on, and right now we will soon be at, in two and a half more weeks, or 2 or 3 more weeks, we'll be at 60 days. So hopefully we'll have an answer then from the coroner's office about whether or not we'll be able to have her cremated. So I gotta save up money for that too. I don't know, but I gotta get some of this yarn fiber out of here. I'm running out of space. I might even get rid of some of my books, because some of the ones that I don't have digital copies of, I'll probably be getting rid of some of those too. So there'll probably be some of my art books going up on eBay eventually. So my room is getting too messy, and I feel like that's why I'm not in the mood to draw and things, because I feel like I'm just so surrounded. Like you can see all my pill bottles right here. I need shelving in here and stuff like that so that I can like get better organized. I gotta learn how to let go of things, such as I have the magazines from when Farscape was on TV. I have some of the magazines still in their unopened packages, mind you. Yes, it's a collectible, but I need to find somewhere else to store them. Get a nice storage bin that's airtight and something like that, and move them out into the garage where they'll be safe. But at least it won't be in the bookcase, and I'll have room for books that I actually do use and need. That's pretty much all that's going on with me right now. I've been watching videos here and there as I can. It's just been busy. I have consults. I still haven't made appointments for my consults, and I really got to get that done. Work's been real busy.